Once again, it's me. My name is Kelly Parke. I'm a proud member of the Push Academy. The Push slogan is a push in the right direction. Now, what do you think about when you hear that? A push in the right direction. When I hear a push in the right direction, I think, finally. I get this relief feeling over me, finally, a push in the right direction. Because honestly, for a very long time, I got a push in the wrong direction. I got a pull in the wrong direction. I got face down in the wrong direction. So hearing a push in the right direction is very, very relieving to me. And I'm not just bragging, about the slogan for Push. I'm being quite honest. It's a relieving feeling. I really like that. And I'm going to talk to you today about how I thought I was going into the wrong direction, but it ended up being the right direction. Whenever I meet someone for the first time and I'm about to train them or talk to them about fitness, or maybe I'm coaching them for a fight that they have coming up, whenever I first meet them, they always ask me, how did you get started? When was the first time you wanted to fight? Or when was the first time you thought you needed to get fit? Or whatever their question is. When was the first time? Now, I have two stories for that. I come from a neighborhood where, it's the neighborhood of the have-nots. So as a kid, we had to do cheap stuff. So the cheap stuff was you either race each other or you fight each other. Two of the cheapest exercises, two of the cheapest games. The little boys would box and the little girls would say, "You can't fight worth shit." And that's my first story. My official start in the fitness game is when I walked into a gym to become a personal trainer. I thought I was going to change the game. I thought I was the smartest man out there. I thought soon as I told them what I have done, what I can do, everyone was just going to bow down, kneel, and just listen to everything I had to say. It was an eye opener. So at my first personal training job, I walk in. We're almost selling to each other. He's telling me how great the gym is, and I'm telling him how great I am. I get hired. Next day I go in. He brings me into the locker room. He shows me the uniform. He looks at me. He sizes me up and down. He says, are you a large or an extra large? I said, give me the medium shirt. The medium shirt makes me look bigger. I still do that up to this day. So I walk in. Now, the setup is, it's an open floors concept, and you have one trainer, one client at different stations in the gym. It's very, very quiet. It was very, very quiet. It definitely wasn't ready for a person like me. So when I walk in, they're playing top 40 hits. I remember that year because that's the song. That was the year that Pink came out with "You Make Me Sick," and he used to play that song until I was sick, like 50 times an hour. I came in. I pop out I take that out. I throw it on my CD. I'm Trini, so I have the soca going. And one thing I know about soca is if you have a heartbeat, you cannot stand still to that music. So it's the best music to work out to. So I'm pumping up the place. I'm high-fiving. I'm getting people sweating and going. And I get pulled into the office. And he says, "Kel, that's not how we do this here. This is how we do it." And he gives me a piece of paper and he shows me the routine. This is what you do for 5 minutes. This is what you do for 10 minutes. This is what you do for 35 minutes, that kind of thing. And you never step out of this. Needless to say, I stepped out of it every single day until, I had to go my way. I was at that place maybe for 6 months, and I've learned everything I learned the most in that place. No matter what coaches, what fighters, what fitness people I've got the pleasure of meeting, what seminars I went to, that place I learned the most. That was the hand-on stove method. Those are the things I will never forget. Everything I learned in there was what not to do when it come down to fitness. As I was saying about this place, at this gym that I was at, I want to give everyone a little heads up. These kind of gyms probably still exist, where they have programs that they implement into their system that will never get you in shape, and that's what the hook, line, and sinker is. Just keep you paying, keep you working out, and if it doesn't work out, you just blame yourself. You just think that you're not working out hard enough, or maybe that cheat day kind of screwed up your whole metabolism or whatnot. Here's the two things. I'm going to say this quickly, and I'll continue with what I was saying. If you're not sweating, it's not working. All right, and I don't mean like a little glow or you're red in the face. I mean pouring sweat. If you're not pouring sweat, you're not working out. One of your first goals that you want to do is you're going to want to build an aerobic foundation. Aerobic foundation is being able to do a specific exercise for a specific amount of time. Okay? So let's say running for 10 minutes, skipping for 5 minutes straight. Those would be your aerobic foundations. So it's something measurable. So that gym didn't work out. And I thought that all gyms were like that. Like it was just all about scamming people and things like that. And it really made me sick. So I decided to go back to what I know. I decided to go back to the Rocky style kind of gyms with the hard hits, the punches to the gut, the takedowns, the triangle chokes, the arm bars, home. I decided to do that. So I checked out a couple mixed martial art gyms, a couple boxing gyms, and see if they needed any instructors. My luck, yes, they did. So I got hired. I got hired over the phone. I've never seen this place, but I needed the money, so I was ready to go. So I walk into the gym, and I was shocked. What did I see? I saw new moms, men over 30, and teenagers with little to no athletic ability. And I was wondering, why are these guys in a fighting gym? Remember, you have to take into consideration, I was very immature at that time. I didn't learn the ropes yet. So I was like, why are these people in a fighting gym? This makes no sense whatsoever. But needless to say, I taught class exactly how I thought, how people train people, and I got down and dirty and things like that. As I spoke to different members, I started to realize that none of them had the intentions of fighting anyone at any day. And a lot of them were there because they thought fitness would build their self-esteem somehow. Now, this is the part I don't understand because I never seen the connection between fitness and self-esteem. I see an example of this is usually when a kid's getting bullied or intimidated at school, his parents will say, well, we're going to put an end to this and let's put him into karate. And I never really understood that. Because the kid will end up getting a black belt maybe, probably win trophies all over the world, do whatever he'll do magnificent things with karate, but he'll still be scared of that kid because the intimidation seed has already been planted. This is the same with adults. A six-pack is not going to make you feel better about yourself. You'll look great. You'll feel better that you look better in the mirror, but mentally you'll still be the same person unless you attack that. And that was one of the things that I noticed. I'm not talking about this just looking from the outside. During the time that I was competing and training or whatever, I had a little problem with alcohol and I had a few demons in my my closet. And fitness didn't really, you know what? I have a code that I live by. And my code, I have about 50 different codes, but one of them is I do not give out bad information, and I just gave out bad information right there. I didn't have a little problem with alcohol. I had a major problem with alcohol. I didn't have a couple demons in my closet. I had the damn devil on my bed. And fitness and boxing, no matter how hard I hit the pad, no matter what competitions I won, no matter who thought of me as a role model, fitness didn't do nothing for my insecurities. So what helped me out was unbroken thinking. And that's why it's part of the mindset of Push Academy. Because it had to be, in my opinion, it had to be definite there. Because about 90% of the people I talk to, that's why they're getting fit. It's usually some sort of, some sort of insecurity that someone's carrying around or some sort of thing, some sort of challenge in life that they need to overcome. And, fitness is a great start. That's for sure. I think fitness is a mandatory in anyone's life. Don't ever think that exercise is going to be the cure to your problems. You actually have to address those. And my advice would be the unbroken thinking that I was talking about earlier because it did a lot for me. Actually, I had this friend that I used to go to high school with, this girl. And in high school, she was kind of overweight, right? But it's not overweight because she just sat around eating anything she can get her hands on. She was far from that. She was she tried out for all the teams and she was really, really active. But, at that age for young women, their bodies are doing whatever they're doing. Hers was just gaining weight. So I saw her, I think about 4 or 5 years after we graduated. And she looked different than what she looked like in high school. She was just drop dead gorgeous. I asked her what she's been doing, and she said, she started getting fit and exercising and whatnot. And she even was doing fitness competitions, but she was more popular in bikini competitions and whatnot. And I was like, holy crap, this is crazy because, her changes, it's just like night and day. And I started saying that to her. I was saying, wow, you're popular and people like you and holy crap, you're going to be famous. And she said to me, people don't like me. They like my ass. And it was like one of those moments that I was like, oh, it's true. Fitness doesn't cure anything. And it gave me a reminder of unbroken thinking, where she had everything in front of her. To me, she seemed like she had everything in front of her, but to her, it was hard for her to think that people would judge her more than what she looked like. You know, back in high school, they picked on her because she was overweight, and now they just like her because she looks good. Because we were close friends, I started introducing her to what helped me, and which was unbroken thinking. And, you know, after, I think about, because we were close friends, I decided to introduce her into unbroken thinking. And just like it helped me, it helped her. So that's how come I was all for it to be part of the PUSH program. So what I want to do is I want to close this off by telling you that even though fitness, the physical part, is very, very important, so is the mindset part. It's almost imperative that both of them are growing at the same pace. So take that in consideration in your own workout agenda. All right. Once again, I'm Kelly Parke, and thank you from the whole PUSH Academy.